How you doing? Yes, love you. Love you. Bye.
Live.
What's going on, everyone? This is your guy, Demetrius Tollfree. Excited to let you all know I'm finally ready to launch my own weekly podcast. You guessed it, Dito Live. Each episode, we will have a sit-down conversation about what's going on in our local community and beyond. But for right now, go and subscribe to my brand new YouTube channel. Simply search D Tollfree at DTOLEFREE. I'm so excited that I can't wait for you to join me live exclusively on Facebook and YouTube for my brand new podcast. Y'all already know what it is. Yes, sir, Doc.
Hey, beautiful people, what's happening? How y'all doing? What's up? What's going on happening? Happy Monday. Hope you're good. Welcome to Freedom Radio. And tonight, it is Monday, right? And tonight we're going to have a conversation about faith, music, fashion, and a whole bunch of stuff that's going on in the world. So let's have this conversation first. Again, please, if you be so kind to like, you know what you got to do. You've been here for a while. You have to like, share, and tag someone. Now, listen, this is what we do here, right? We want to have a conversation, and so we want you to like, tag, and share. Now, listen, I do want to set some precedents tonight, which I don't necessarily normally do when I have conversations, but it's only because there's been so much conversation about one of the things we're going to talk about tonight. So I want to be clear, you know, we all are adults, well, at least hope we are. And so we all are adults. And so I want us to be cautious, aware, and be kind to each other. Because as nice as I am, I will definitely block you from the conversation. But you're open to your opinion. But I want to have a conversation because I'm a fashionista girl. I love fashion. And because I'm a curvy girl, fashion, you know, has been tricky over the years for girls like me because it wasn't always very forgiving for a really, 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 really long time. Super, super long time. So even though I grew up being this tall, slender girl, which people probably wouldn't believe, when my genes came into play, my body shifted and hips came and other parts came. And so my body, you know, it happened. But clothes then were not, they just were not nice. They were, you know, most often made incorrectly, too big. They were oversized. Patterns were absolutely terrible. For long seasons, we were told not to wear patterns, and so we were stuck in just odd things. But over the years, I have been blessed to meet such gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, stunning women, such like shout out to Miss Michelle Prather, gospel recording artist Michelle Prather. And then this past August 2025, while at the Stellar Awards, I had a amazing, incredible, unprepared encounter with our guest's mother-in-love, and we were sitting at an event, and her husband's mother, was just making all of these really great jokes, and we didn't know at the time that, you know, who these people were, who the connection. And shout out to Mr. Jonathan Vickers himself. His mom was just like really so cool, and I was like, at one point she was like, "Oh, that's my son." And I was like, "Huh?" But the whole time, his wife was sitting there, and she was just so quiet but so cute. She was sitting there, she was so quiet. She was just, and we ended up connecting throughout the course of the entire weekend. And so I've been following her and just this amazing journey she's been having in multiple different facets. And I just was like, this is really dope. And so when this whole thing happened with the dress, which we're going to talk a little bit about the dress, What's up, Trayvon? Shout out to my stylist, Trayvon. He's probably, at the workhouse, but I'm so glad he tapped in. He said, "Where's Mama? Because I need to cut up again." Oh yeah. So while we were, I've been following her journey, and when the Justin Cap, I said I want to have a conversation about this, right? Um, and so here we are. So I want to get to it because she's a whole wife, and she has family and things like that. So I want to get to the conversation. Again, remember, we're all going to be nice here, and we're all going to have some good conversation. Now, what you just saw in the previews tonight was some of, not all of, the red carpet from the Golden Globes last night. Did you know? I didn't even know it was on last night. But shout out to Tiana Taylor, who won the very first award of the night. She looked crazy amazing. One of my favorite people, Jennifer Lopez. And then the host, Miss Nikki, I loved her outfit when she first came out. So we're gonna have some conversation, all right? So please welcome our guest, Miss. I hope I say this right. She just told me, Shawana.
Yes.
Okay, Shawana Vickers, how you doing?
Hey, Pooh. I'm good. How you doing?
Oh, good. I'm so elated to have a conversation with you.
Thank you. I'm elated to be here. Thank you for inviting me to have this conversation. I don't take
Absolutely.
it lightly.
I thought it was most necessary. I wanted to get a couple other girls on tonight, but most of my friends, they work 9 to 5s. So
Yeah.
so they but I wanted to have a I didn't want to wait. Sometimes we wait too long and the moment expires. And so I wanted to have a conversation tonight about fashion, about the dress debacle. I wanted to have a conversation about how women, particularly Black women, are often put in boxes and expected to do everything but still be in the box. Things like that. So first, can you tell people a little bit about who you are?
Yes, sure. So my name is Shawana Vickers, also known as Shawana V, the Purpose Pusher. I am originally from Rochester, New York, but I have been in Florida for 20 plus years. I moved down here in my last year of high school. I am married to the best singer in the nation. He's phenomenal. My husband, Jonathan Vickers. I have 2 children, 23 and 14, Teo and Lyric. I am a spa owner. My background is mental health, so I do have degrees in mental health, and I have a master's in business. But currently, I own a spa. I am the owner of Love a Beauty Bar and Spa, where I am a full-time esthetician offering full body waxing, makeup, esthetician, skincare. I am the skin therapist, and my platform is called Hello Purpose, where I push and do purpose coaching, help people walk in purpose on purpose. So that's just a little all the little things that I do. I do a little something.
Well, now this explains this a lot, because when we met you, I turned around and I said, "Now this lady is baby. Now this is blessing my whole life tonight," because there was a lot going on that night.
It was a lot
going on that night.
But my first time, it was a lot.
Oh, that was your first time at the Stellars?
Yes, ma'am.
Or Stellar Weekend? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, it can. The kids. I call them the kids. The kids can be a lot sometimes, but it still was
great.
The
churn was I had to put on the whole armor of God.
It was a lot. But it still was some amazing encounters, and then we all ended up at Pastor Sam Franklin's church. Shout out to Pastor Sam, and that ended up being. I always tell people I don't know what you're going to encounter when you walk into Love Center South, but it's going to be.
Listen, it was I think between that and just the networking, but that service was like the highlight. I mean, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous. I love that hot box church. If I ain't sweating and my lashes ain't flopping, we didn't have church. So I attend the Shabbat church where our bishop is Dr. Todd M. Hall.
I saw that. I love Dr. Todd Hall.
Yeah, so we church and we sweat. You take all your pictures before church start because
absolutely.
Yeah. So absolutely, yeah. I loved it. I got a lot out of it. Being that I do manage my husband, I did learn a lot, and I am definitely grateful for the connection so that I can help him as his manager, but more importantly, as his wife, help him with his career and the things that he wants to do. So it was definitely a great experience. I think God placed the right people at the right time in our lives to do what's needed for the next level. So I'm grateful, good and bad. It was still a great weekend.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna tell on myself. I'm so glad I didn't send you questions because I feel like you're talking, and this is gonna spring some things that I didn't think about. So
Yeah.
my first question is: did you guys come? And people say this is not about that, but this is a music station. Did you
Yeah.
guys come to kind of scope out the land, as they would say, to kind of figure out what this is and what this is about?
So shout out to Mr. Kenny Lewis. He has
Yes,
been
I love him.
such, I love him. My husband has been singing since he was born. I sound good in the shower, but he sounds good in real life. But I am the business person. I am the business savvy. So
Okay. Okay.
we got connected with Kenny, and he was like, listen, y'all have to be in the room. I'm gonna connect you with someone. So we got connected to be on the showcase. But we just wanted to take every opportunity and figure out where does he fit in this music industry, because, and I'm very transparent, the gospel industry is, you gotta have a prayer life,
Yes, you do.
because everybody that says they're of God, that doesn't necessarily mean because you know him,
Yes,
don't mean you
ma'am.
know him for yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
And
He's the
so
truth.
I am grateful for the people that have connected with him to help him. He released his single last year, February. And so when we went there, we kind of just went with the open mind of let's just network. Let's just go. We did have my mother-in-law, shout out to my mom, and our my husband's god sister. So we didn't move as much because we didn't want to leave them behind, but we were just connecting, trying to figure out what was best.
Okay.
And in that, um, I'm a listener. I think sometimes people think they know everything when they've been so many places, but they've been
Mm-hmm.
actually nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yes.
when you
Yes.
just sit and you listen, you can take in. And because we were open to traveling and meeting new people, that's kind of how we met you. And then we ended up at another event, and then with another event. So you have to go with an open mind and not really have an agenda. We just didn't really have an agenda. It wasn't an agenda to, oh, I want to take a picture with a celebrity. We
Mm-hmm.
went in
Mm-hmm.
there and said, Lord, connect us with the right people that's going to take them to the next level. And
This
so
is
that's
so
kind of
good.
how what we did. I think a lot of people want to get it, whether it's gospel, whether it's R&B, whether it's, my field as an curvy influencer, we go into the mindset of I want to be rich instead of I want to be used. And if you
Oh,
change your
yeah.
mindset, God will give you the right connections at the
Mm-hmm.
right
Mm-hmm.
time, because the wealth of the wicked is laid up for us anyways. He's going to give you the desires of your heart. He already know that you don't want to be broke, so you don't have to go in with a mindset of I want to get rich, but get in the mindset of how can he use me for his kingdom. And I think that's the problem. Nobody wants to do kingdom work. They just want to do work and be seen, and respectfully, and I know a lot of people may think some things about me, but I'm pretty. So I don't have to do all of
Or
that. When I walk in the room, I command the room.
yeah.
So I don't have to do all the extra ad libs, because God, that's one of the gifts that he blessed me
This
with.
is good. This is
I'm
good.
pretty. I'm anointed. I'm gifted. But when I walk in the room, I want his gift to be seen and not the outside just to be seen, because that's
I
gonna be
love
seen
this.
anyways. So
Oh,
yeah.
you said so much. I when I say so much, I mean in just in a way like so much wisdom. Because a lot of times we're supposed to be talking about fashion, but I think a lot of times people do forget about doing the work. I saw a
Mhm.
clip earlier today where Michael Jordan was talking about everybody wants a logo, everybody wants a brand.
Mhm.
He said, but I did the work on the court. And from
Exactly.
that's where the brand came from.
Exactly. Exactly. I've been a I've been a makeup artist almost 20 years. And some of the girls that I try to mentor, And I do social media. I believe in social media. Most people are like, I don't like social media. Well, then stay broke. That's your business. But if you want people to know about who you are, you do have to get on social media. But what I tell
Absolutely.
them, you're seeing my now. You didn't see me in the kitchen washing brushes, doing faces next to the stove. I put in the work and the ethic so that God knows that He can trust me with the little that I had. I had nothing. I literally was doing makeup because if you are in the mental health field, you know you're in it because you love to help. You're
Hmm.
not in it to get rich. It's just working for the state. That's just not, you gonna cap out. But God knew that He can trust me, so I had to do the makeup. That was my second job. But it was such a feeling of making people over and letting them see another side of beauty of themselves and enhancing their beauty and encouraging their inner self and their self-esteem. I
Hmm.
continue to do that, and I did that. My salon in March will be open full time as a full-time entrepreneur for 6 years
Yay.
in March. But I started when me and my husband got together. That was 19 years ago. So
Wow.
19 minus 6, I
Wow.
put that much work in to my craft. So when people see me, they can relate back to, oh, she does do makeup. But I put the work in first. And I think just because you can sing, just because you can dance, just because you can hoop, just because you can do makeup does not mean it is your time.
Lady.
Nobody cares. Like, what else can, because everybody can sing these days. You get
Yep.
on TikTok, everybody can sing. Everybody can do makeup. Everybody can do hair. But what sets you apart? What sets me apart is the anointing. I'm anointed for this. So that's why I get the clients. That's why God, like, He can trust me with the gift that He gave me. And I think even with singing with my husband, I admire that about him. I used to tell him, babe, open your eyes and minister to the people. He said, because it's my relationship with Him first. And then I got to make sure that I'm posture correct. And then I can give it to the people. I'm not up there for a show or performance. He's never going to perform. He's never been that type of person. And I admire that about him because I would see a lot of other singers, they got the whole shebang. And he's just like, but do they see God? What do they see? So, yeah.
I love this. Can you just because people get lost in the sauce, as they say.
Yeah.
They just and you forget about these moments. And to me, it's just that you can always tell the difference when somebody really has it
Mhm.
versus when it's just something respectfully you learned.
Right.
I
Right.
always admire. I have cousins that they don't necessarily require the book or the they didn't have to go to school. This is just what's inside of them. I have a
Mhm.
cousin. Her name is Reese. Reese can reduplicate whatever she sees in a magazine, literally. If it's the
Mhm.
hair, if it's braided, if it's color, she already has the magic, right? And so,
Mhm.
to your point, it makes so much sense because I honestly did not know, and probably to earlier today, like that you were a makeup artist, and I was like, oh, well,
Mhm.
this makes sense. This adds to this, and this adds to that, and I think it's beautiful also that you're in the mental health field because the music industry can be a very dirty place,
What?
and just in so many
Hmm.
for so many reasons. And so someone watching it's like the gospel industry, no, just the music industry
Mhm.
in its whole totality. We're
Mhm.
seeing it right now, right? We're
Oh
seeing how
yeah.
it's playing out in multiple facets and multiple genres.
Mhm.
We need to be finding out what the country kids do because they just seem to stay out of trouble.
Out of the way because you know why? They mind the business that pays them. It don't pay them.
Absolutely.
We don't mind it. And I think if a lot of people stop being in everybody's business and be in their own business, it'll work better. And then if you want to be in somebody else's business, what are you doing to encourage them?
Absolutely.
It's about encouragement. I've never seen so many people just be so negative about everything. And I encountered that as a curvy girl, um, with my tutorials and my fashion videos. Oh, you shouldn't wear this, and it's too much makeup. And I'm like, husband, do you like it? All right.
So let's talk about that. let's go back to Stellar Weekend, right? So I want to find the best way to say this without getting in trouble. So during Stellar Weekend, I've been going to Stellar Weekend since like 2013 or so, right? Just on my own desire. I always wanted to go to the Stellars, and just, you know, one year someone said, "Hey, you want to come sing?" Sure. And I went and I sang at the Stellars, right? And I had Pastor Anderson, Carl
Hey,
Anderson.
Pastor Girl.
So I say this for principle. I started going, and then I met my stylist, as you met Trayvon. And so this particular year, last year, I was doing, it was the first time I was singing with multiple people at one time. I sang with multiple people at one time, but not on the weekend where multiple parts of me were being used. So I was doing all the graphics for a couple of events. I was doing stuff for the Glam Room. Shout out to Queen. I was doing stuff for the Glam Room. I was doing this over here. I was singing with Higher Calling. I was singing with my church. I was just like
everywhere.
And I was having a moment, and I there was some clothing requirements, and I was having this moment, and I said, "Oh, Trayvon, no, we shouldn't wear this because, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't like to disturb the bubble. I just," and he was like, "Yo, here's the thing. You gotta be," and I'm like, I'm trying to slim down, and, you know, I don't know. He said, "You gotta first be happy in the body you're in today. Then you can't, for where you're going, you cannot allow people to get into your head and disturb what they think is or should not be." And so when we went to one event, he looked up and he said, "See, now everybody in here is dressed all with, you know, which kind of ways, if you will." He said, "And there's a certain level of presentation that you have to always present." And so I said that because during that weekend, did you, how can I say disrespectful? Did you see things like, "You're a curvy girl, but no"? Or did you feel like, like, "Oh man, I'm with that. How daring of you," in a good way, like, "Yay, that you tried that, or that you experimented with that"? How was that for you?
Now I hope I don't get in trouble, because I don't want nobody to think I'm being shady. I didn't see anything that made me go, "Whoo."
Really?
It was just average. It was just, you know, "Oh, they're cute." I think the issue is, for me, and I'm just referencing curvy girls, because everybody looked nice. I didn't see, you know, anything that like caught my eye. But I think the issue is the lack of confidence.
Yes.
Is you got to have the confidence to step in the room. That's the first thing we see. We don't really see your outfit. We see your confidence and then the outfit. And I think a lot of curvy girls, women, we seek validation first, and then we're like, "Oh, okay, that looked good." But I've learned, I've been this size. I've recently, over the last year, I've lost 80 pounds. So I was that size. I've been smaller. I've been smaller, and every size.
Wow.
I've been fine. It's fine,
Wow.
fine. And I think it's just been embedded in my head because my mom was a curvy girl. My grandma, in her later days, she was a curvy girl. My whole family, they're thick. And I mean thick, small waist, big butts, thick girls. So that's what I've seen. And I've always been told, "You're beautiful, period. You make the clothes." My mom, before she lost her weight, would be going out, 300 plus pound woman, wearing 6-inch heels, walk in the room, command the room. So that's what I grew up on. The problem with any size woman, but especially curvy girls, we seeking too much validation from other people. I don't need to ask you if this look good. If it looks good to me, that's it. Even if it looks odd, even if I don't really like something, your confidence should overpower everything. And I think I didn't go to the actual award ceremony or anything like that, so I can just go by me passing through. The one event that we first met was a church event, so it wasn't a lot of like, ooh, it was just kind of like chill church. We went to a what was it, something outside, I can't remember, but it was like a showcase and it was outside. um it was just, everybody was cute. It wasn't like,
wow, I'm gonna remember that.
wasn't a wow to me. It was just like, oh, you look nice, you're cute, you're, stunning. I don't want to say my outfit was the best, but I was killing it.
You were
And I was
killing it.
killing it. But both of them, one was from Shein and one was from Fashion Nova. Like, I think we have this society has placed that you have to spend all this money to look good. Now, don't get me wrong, I can go spend the money if I want to, but I'm a type of chick, I'm going to buy 10 outfits versus one. So I'm just
Yes.
never been into buying all these expensive outfits. But I think their placement on what looks good is off, and not style wise, confidence wise.
Mm.
And I'll be honest with curvy girl, with any woman. I grew up in the day you put on undergarments. So
Yes.
when you don't have the right stuff under, I can't pay attention to the outfit, because baby, you still got to put on a girdle,
Yes.
girdles, slips, short, whatever needs to go under my base. I make sure that it's well presented. And I think our generation, younger generation, they just think everything looks good, but you still want to be classy and you still want to be a lady.
This is so good.
So,
Yeah, I do want to say I respectfully, to anyone who may say this, I agree. Probably someone who always stands out to me is Pastor Sam.
oh yeah,
Pastor Sam is
listen,
just, she's just that girl.
I'm a bob girl, so that the bob had my attention to begin
Yeah,
with. She had a bob the first night
absolutely.
I saw her. And then she had her hair pulled back. And I want to say it was like a colorful checker suit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Classy.
Yes.
That's the kind of things that stand out to me. Classy, the way you walk, the way you talk. I see that over your fashion,
This is
because it's the whole package put together. She's the whole package. Like,
she's the whole package.
she's the whole package. I was just like, who is
Yeah,
this lady? Who
she's been
is
like
she?
this. And in this, I want to highlight Pastor Sam in this way. I have been watching her since I was a teenager. I
Hmm.
did not necessarily fully know who she was. She comes from the she was a part of the Walter Hawkins camp forever.
Okay.
Forever.
Hmm.
So that's where, if you didn't know, that's where she's from Chicago. So that probably explains some of that, the fashion. So
Hmm.
she's from
Hmm.
Chicago, and then she sang with Walter Hawkins forever. So there's a song called In the Nick of Time. It was recorded like in the 90s.
Hmm.
And most people who don't know her then would not know she was thicker then.
Oh,
She's
okay.
much, much thicker than. Yeah, she's been all sizes.
Mm.
So like you said, right? She's been all sizes. Her hair's
Mhm.
been short crop, Jada Pickett Pinksy short. It's
Mm.
been anything you can think of. It's been red. It's been blonde. It's been this. So she's come through like all these eras, and I say that because even at her heaviest, I remember saying, "Who is this lady?"
Yeah, yeah. It's the confidence. It's the
The
confidence. And
confidence.
and not to be too deep, but when you know who you are and whose you belong to, your confidence is a little bit different. I
Oh,
know who I belong to. I know whose I am. I know who I belong to. So when you have that relationship with God, and a lot of people are like, oh, you're so deep. No, I'm not deep. This is why I don't fight anymore, because of the relationship. You go to church, people just feel like, oh, you're just supposed to be so saved. No, sometimes I want to slap somebody.
absolutely, absolutely.
Sometimes I want to go off, but it's a relationship that I have with him reminding me that's not what I called you to be. That's not who I want you to be. So you can't really act like that. But these hands do work. but I have to try to keep them under subjection. You know,
This is correct. And people
I
feel
had
like
to.
because you're a curvy girl, or you're artist, in your case, you're the wife, you're the manager, that you don't have these feelings.
Yeah, listen, we are the perfect opposite. He's so reserved, and he just what it is. Me? No, it ain't. It is what it is. I have these degrees and I use them, but at the same time, I feel like when you are a Christian, people feel like they can say what they want to you, they can do what they want to
Yes.
you. You can get cussed out, you can get told off, you can do so much to a Christian, and we're supposed to sit there and take it.
Yes.
No, we're not. I'm
Yes.
saved. I ain't no punk now. Mm, mm.
Yes.
No, no, no,
Yes.
no, no. I'm not. No, I'm not soft at all. You will respect me. And I think a lot of times,
Absolutely.
especially being a black woman, as soon as you
Absolutely.
put people in place and you set boundaries, now you're angry. I'm not angry. I'm not upset, but you gonna respect me. You're gonna respect me, and your dog show gonna respect my husband.
Ab
Because it's one
and
thing about Elder
absolutely.
Vickers, but Big Baby, I don't play by him. You gonna
In this
respect
we
him.
know. In this we know to be true.
I don't play by them. I don't play about and even in my friends, my best friends, my girlfriends, my church family, my pastor, oh, y'all get all rowdy about your pastor and do. Because if I
And
have relationship with someone and I say, hey, I love you, it is my duty to protect you. So I
absolutely.
see a lot of comments, just to throw this out in the conversation. A lot of people get upset when you check people, especially being a Christian. Well, I
Hmm.
thought you were saved. No, I am saved. I am sanctified and I am filled with the precious Holy Ghost. However, you can't do what you want to do with me. If God won't let the
Absolutely.
enemy do what he want to do with me, who do you think you are?
Absolutely.
No. You can't do what you want to because we have feelings. We hurt, we cry, and sometimes there is a season where we do have to be quiet. We do have to, but I think the reason why we have to put all these disclaimers out is because we don't set the boundary from the get-go.
Oh, this
We
is so good.
I'm saved, so I can't. No, you can't disrespect me. When you walk in the room, even my clients, when my clients check in, I'm here. Good morning. And leave them right there till you speak. You will speak to me in the morning. I didn't sleep with you last night. Good morning. Good afternoon, good day, good evening, good something and another. I command respect because I'm going to give the same respect that I'm commanding, I'm going to give it right back. The same love that I'm commanding, I'm going to give it right back. And I
Absolutely.
think as Christians, as pastors, as leaders, we have to set those boundaries. Oh, you don't play about your pastor. Well, I don't like the fact that you want a private push, but a public disgrace to them. I don't like that. So I am going to check you.
Absolutely.
You can't privately want to push from your pastor and oh, pastor this, but in public you are publicly embarrassing them. So yes, I have my pastor's back. You want a private prophecy, now publicly make sure you honor them. Privately, I honor my husband. Publicly, I honor my husband. What you get behind closed doors, and I think that's the problem with the Christian community, is that what you're doing behind closed doors, you're setting up a camera, and everybody is a pastor, everybody's a prophet on Facebook, but behind closed doors, you ain't nothing. You ain't repentant, you ain't seeking God, you ain't reading your Bible. So therefore, we can't respect what you're doing. So that's just my little tea.
I love this. Yes, because I feel like so. Where were you? Where are you from originally?
New York.
Really?
I'm from Rochester, New York.
Okay, where's your husband from? He's from
Denellen,
Denali,
Florida.
Florida. Okay.
Denellen,
He's from,
Florida.
yeah,
He
his
go
country ways have
Romeo. Shout out to Romeo.
Romeo. His country ways have rolled over
It's very
because I
country.
was I was raised. I always tell people I was raised by a country mama, and so my
Hmm.
mom, because you have kids, I'm gonna assume in this moment, my mom
Hmm.
didn't wait till we got to the store to tell us don't act out and don't do that. That conversation happened at the house.
At the
And
house.
then what's up, Shamika? That conversation had happened at the house, and then it happened again in the car. I just want to remind you before you go in this store, because I had brothers, you know, the girls didn't necessarily act out. I had brothers. She said, I want to remind you before we go in this store. That's if we went in the store. Then that was back in the day where you could keep your kids in the car for about 5 minutes. We went in the store. Do not touch anything in these people's store.
And don't you ask me for nothing.
Nothing in this store. And then if we decided that we wanted to act out, she would act out with us. You know what I mean?
Wherever you act out, that's where you get it.
That's where I'm gonna act out. And I say that because it's a personal accountability, right? It's like a personal myth. I feel like you can't successfully do in public what you don't do in private.
Right.
It's gonna be hard. So you know what I mean? I praise God in my house. We'll use something simple. I praise God in my house.
Exactly.
I don't really need an audience. I'm not doing it for you. I sing and I'm grown, right? I'm in my 40s. I'm 46. Thank you, God. I'm 46. I still practice and direct in my house like I'm 5 at my house. So when I'm doing it in public, I'm not really doing it for people.
Right.
This is just who I am, right? So I say that in the practice of the things you're saying, that to me, when you're kind behind closed doors,
right,
it's not hard to be kind publicly.
Yeah.
When you
I think a lot of people are status hungry. They're status hungry.
Oh man.
So they want to write the status of who you are. I've always said this, and I've really learned this being an entrepreneur full time. I don't have to prove that I'm a good person. I just be a good person, and it'll show.
Just be a good person.
You don't have to prove that you're a pastor. You don't have to just be. If you're a pastor, lead. Pastor.
Just lead.
You know, it's so many so many, and it's no disrespect to them, because if you earned it, you earned it. But printing out a bishop in a certificate online and then calling yourself a bishop with no my granddaddy was an elder. I seen him in the fields. You want to be on Facebook, go out there in them fields and get them people that need to be saved. It's homeless people that need to be fed.
Absolutely.
Your wife needs some loving. Your husband needs some loving. Start at home, and it will be so transparent. It'll spew over outside of the home. But I don't, I'm humble when people say I'm inspired by you. Thank you. I don't take the credit. God help me to continue to be humble in what I'm doing, because what I do out here, when it ain't just for the camera, when I be posing and I just came from Walmart. I just came from Walmart. This is what I do. So when people see me, they're just like, oh, you're always like that. And I am. Self-love is every day. It's every day. This is what we do. So I don't have to pretend, get on camera and like, oh, this is how I dress. No, boo. And I don't just do it for my husband. I do it for me because I love me. I love the way I look.
I love me.
I love that I'm amongst the living. Yes, I thank you. Even with being a curvy girl, I couldn't wear my arms out. Well, do you want flabby arms or do you want no arms? Which one you want? So God, I thank you for the arms flapping.
Trayvon, first let me say shout out to everybody who's watching tonight. And Ja'Cory, who is one of our co-hosts here at Freedom Radio, he said, who's this beautiful lady? So once again, we're having a phenomenal conversation about faith, fashion, and music with the phenomenal Shawana. Did I say it right? Yeah. Okay, Shawana Vickers. She is the phenomenal wife of Mr. Jonathan Vickers. Let me first say, who is a singing machine, and I am not just saying that. I remember coming up on Instagram. This the moments when I love social media actually, but
yes,
I was on social media one day and I respectfully did not know who you were at the time, and I saw your husband walking through, if I could say, the corridors of somewhere. And I said, huh? I probably watched that video like 20 times in real life.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And I said, God. And it immediately reminded me of some of my favorite people, like James Moore, who I just terribly miss. Like James Moore, he just had this. And I was like, wow. So phenomenal. This is who we're having this conversation with. But I so agree with you. So this is something I want to talk about before, because I don't want to stay here long, you know what I'm saying? Because they've drug it enough. It's gone on long enough, you know what I'm saying? But I do want to talk about it, okay?
Yeah.
So, for first, I want to make sure we do this. So, shout out to you and to your husband.
Hey.
Just always fly. Just you
Thank
just did a
you.
whole premiere at your college, at your high school graduation. That was just
Oh,
like,
yes. I've been out of high school 25 years. Listen, I'm gonna tell you
yes,
now. Shout out to Ocala, Florida. This is where I currently live. I graduated. I went to high school my last year of high school at Vanguard High School. And Ocala has this thing where they have class reunions. I've never seen anything like this. Like, I look forward to class reunion season because everybody gets together, we get our little outfits, and we do our little signature walks. And when I tell you I had a ball, shout out to my designer that designed my dress, Brian Houston. He literally made my dress in less than a month. We put
wow,
stuff together. I was like, I want it like this. He went to the fabric store. Showed me the pattern. He actually sketched it on my body, like from
wow.
scratch. And so he did a phenomenal job. My husband is a photographer, so he took those pictures that you guys saw on social media. The whole vision, the girl that did my hair, Latasia Jackson, Alicia did my nails, like everything was put together. And I am just, to me, that moment was a testimony. I was a single mom. I had my son at 20, my oldest son. I had my son at 20, which is, I'll tell this story real quick. My husband and I got together once I made the decision that I wanted to be loved properly. Me and
Mhm.
my son's father, we were together for about 10 years, off and on. He was in jail. And my husband and I met because I used to sing in a group, and he got my number off of MySpace. That's how long we've been together. MySpace. And we were talking, and my best friend was like, "Girl, you need to go and talk to him." I was like, "Girl, I don't know what to do." Come to find out, my husband was 19 when I met him, and I was like 24-ish, 23-ish, 20. I'm
Wow.
5 years older than my husband. And so, long story short, we were talking, and I started saying, I kind of could see myself with him. And he said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I'm going to call you right back." And I hung up the phone. I went to the jailhouse, and I broke up with my baby daddy. I said, "I met somebody, and I'm going to give this a chance." And I never looked back. We've been together. Next month, we'll be married 17 years. So when God sends you somebody, you'll know. And he was not originally, that's not the type that I would date. I wanted me old thug, old gold tooth, and just that's what I wanted. But he was a church boy. I know he's a church boy. I asked him what he wanted to do for his birthday next month. I think, we should have a big old church service. I'm trying to go to the beach. We complete opposites. I'm like, let's go on a cruise. I give you some cute little bathing suits. He's talking about, let's have a church service. Oh, okay. My bad. Let's go to church.
Oh,
We go
I
to
love this.
church.
I love this.
So
First, thank you, because that ministers to me. Because I think a lot of times, I said this to someone earlier. I know so many beautiful, intelligent women who are just doing some amazing things, and they
mhm,
are single. Some by choice, some a lot not by choice. But I think
mhm.
sometimes people make us feel like we have to take whatever. And
No,
then on the other side, sometimes people make us feel like we have to take something that, if I could say, like something that's not good for us, right?
yeah, I did that. I did that. It was an abusive relationship. And I talked to my
Wow.
son about it. I talked to my oldest son. He's older. He's 23 now. So um, it was not the best situation. But the thing about my relationship with my husband is I had to learn how to properly be loved. Properly. I'm talking about our first argument was because he wanted to hold the door. Dog, I can open the door for myself. No, I open the door for you. Like, no, you don't. I'm not handicapped. But now I understand. And even my children, my
Mm.
sons, I don't open doors. Sometimes I'll be with friends and I'll forget that he's not with me. And I'm like, who gonna open this door for me? This, like, somebody go get the door. But I learned how to be properly loved at every size. My husband makes me feel loved, and the things that I'm doing, you have to make sure that you have a partner that you guys are going to push each other just as well. He has his single. I wouldn't have my spot if it wasn't for me being properly loved. But before I could be properly loved, I had to start loving me.
This
And I
is good.
think we jump all over. Well, I need a
Mhm.
man that can pay for my bills. Can you pay your own bills? I need a man that can buy me a car. Can you pay for your own car?
Car.
You got to do my hair. Do you regularly get your hair done? So all of these things, why I'm able to keep this up almost 20 years later, is because I was already doing this.
You
He just
already
stepped
this
in and
girl.
said, okay, so this is what you like. Oh, okay, so you like to get perfumes and you like, and I'm not a girl that looks on social media and see, oh, he bought her a Range Rover. My husband knows. Get me a picnic with a Publix sub and some chips and some Oreo cookies. Make that a date with some Kit. When I tell you, I'll be like, oh, I'm I'm gonna give him some loving because he listens to what I want, not
This
because
is
what I
good.
saw on social media. This is what I love. And I think when people start realizing who they are and what they want, then they can receive the love. But you're comparing yourself to get a Range Rover and you've never even tested a Range Rover. So why would anybody buy you a Range Rover? You don't even know what it's like. We have
Ah,
so much expectations on men, but we don't put those same expectation on yourself. My husband's a big guy. He didn't stay a big guy because he ain't eating. I know how to cook. I feed him. I make sure his clothes is washed. When he has to minister, I go with him. No, there'll be two seats. No, there'll be two people. No, there's two plane rides because I go with him. I cover him in prayer. I push him. So the same things that I want from a man, I make sure I can give it. And not just to my man, I pray for my friends. God is not going to give you somebody that he trusts and that he's using for his kingdom for you to go and mess it up because you
absolutely.
unhealed. You still dealing with daddy issues and your ex-boyfriend and no. Get in position. When I met my husband, I was in position. I didn't even know. I had said this prayer. I said, Lord, send me what I need. I didn't ask for I didn't ask for none of that 6'5". I didn't ask for any of that. I said, send me what I need. Send me somebody that's gonna love me and my son. So if you a woman watching this and you think that you can't be loved because you got a baby daddy or you got kids, I don't care how many kids you got.
That's
Get
good.
yourself in position to be
That's
loved.
good.
Love on yourself. Go get your hair done. Keep them toes done. Paint them toes. They gonna
Yes,
look at your
ma'am.
feet. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself together. Know that you are loved. Know that you and find out what do you like. What do I like? Go on solo dates by yourself and pour into yourself. Self-care yourself so that when your husband come, he not trying to redo or recreate. He already know. And on top of that, you're going to attract that type of person. You don't
Absolutely.
want to have a dog, but don't do doggish stuff.
Oh,
Well, I
yes,
don't want
ma'am.
no man that go to the club. You was just there.
You was just. Oh, this is good. This is
So,
good to me. Oh,
I
this is
love.
this is crazy because I definitely want to talk about the dress. This is crazy because even though I'm not married yet, last night for some reason I was doing this. I was talking last night on this like Sunday Night Live I do, right, and I said I don't
Mhm,
even know why I'm saying this, but y'all need to start going outside. You know what? Take your wife to the movies. When's the last time you've been to the movies with your wife, with your
mhm,
girl? You want her to do
mhm.
all these things, but where do you take her? What do y'all do? And the same thing in reverse. You want her to do all these things. When's the last time you cooked a meal? I have some
Yes.
beautiful friends who can't cook. It's no shade. But I'm like, can you
So if you don't get some cooking lesson, if
get
you
some
don't know how to
cooking
do nothing but
lessons?
season some meat, get your little salt, little
Listen,
pepper, little season salt, little garlic salt, put some water in that meat, put it in the oven, some aluminum foil. If you got to do that every day until you figure out other
till
meals,
you figure it out. Listen, try and fail, okay? And burn a
at
couple of
least he know
things.
that you're trying. At least, like
Yes.
you can't be expecting him to take you here and there and everywhere, and you not doing it. You can't expect. We have so as women, we have so much expectations, but we don't do it ourselves. Like, girl, no, that's not how this works. And I keep it spicy. I got a nice little dress for Mr. Vickers that I'm gonna wear for one of our date nights. I keep it spicy. I You like
I
this?
love this.
You want
I
to
love
pick up?
this.
I love my husband and I love loving my husband. I love loving myself so
Oh,
that
this is
he
good.
knows, you know, he already know my wife gonna get her hair done. What Bill do? My hair gonna get done.
This part.
My nails might get skipped, but these toes, they ain't gonna be hammered. These toes gonna get done. But he ensures that I'm that. But we also, besides the materialistic stuff, he covers me. I
That
walk in a
part right
room,
there.
I don't be worried about nothing. I just really don't. I just sit there, like you said, you were so quiet because I had Mr. Vickers on my side. I wasn't worried about nothing.
I mean,
When
you
I
would
was
be
ready
more
to go, I was ready to go. I'm ready to go. He
and
covers me. He makes sure I'm
yes.
safe. He makes sure I'm okay. He makes sure that I'm are you hungry? What you need, babe? He fixes my food. I fix his food. It's a relationship. He cook now he the cook. He really can cook. But because I'm his wife, I make sure that I know how to cook it, babe. You know, you tired what you want. You want me to cook you something to eat? Whatever you want, babe. Whatever makes you happy. But I think before you get to the husband stage, get to how do I be a wife stage. And then you can get you a husband.
Then you can get your husband. This is good. So when you said that, it made me think about something, right? We're gonna talk about this
Hmm.
dress. So
Yes.
let me first say this. If you don't like the dress, it's okay if you don't like the dress. I'm not talking about her, I'm talking about y'all. It's okay. If you don't
Hmm.
like the dress, that's fine. But we don't bash here, we don't trash, we don't do none of that.
No.
Okay. So let's talk about it. So
Yes.
Pastor Jamal Bryant of
Hmm.
Atlanta, Georgia. Well,
Yes.
living in Atlanta, Georgia, pastor in New Birth, and his new wife. Yes, I did say new. They've been married about a
Hmm.
year and a half
Hmm.
over that. They went to the mayor's ball. It was a fundraiser for the Negro United College Fund, I believe. Now, I want to
Hmm.
be clear. It is it's January 12th. This ball happened December 19th. Y'all still talking about this dress. You say Yolanda talking.
Still talking
Yes, we're
about the
talking about it
dress.
for purpose. So there has been a lot of conversation. It has been in People magazine. It has been over here.
Hmm.
They ended up on the Tamara Hall. So I really want to correct that because the interview for Tamara Hall was already scheduled before the dress happened, before the ball. That was already scheduled and just ended up in the conversation.
Okay.
So what I love to know from you, so I posted about the dress
Hmm.
because I didn't understand the controversy really. And I saw in your comments. Now, first, anybody who knows me, I don't like to be called sis, but I feel like the day I met her, she just earned it, like just off GP.
Thank you.
So she said, "I'm going to get out my sister's comments
Because I was going to read her.
because this is getting out of control." Because people were saying all kind of things. They were
Very
using the
mean.
Bible out of context,
Out of context.
which is I've seen terribly. Right? People were saying that that Dr. Carrie Bryant wore the dress on purpose to
Hmm.
cause controversy.
Hmm.
That people said that the inward part of the dress. I want to show the actual dress here. So people said the inner part of the dress was worn to bring let's say attention to
Hmm.
her crotch area. There's been all kind of things said about this dress.
All
So what I'd
kind of
love to
stuff.
know from you is what, first of all, let's talk about the actual fashion itself.
Hmm.
I want to know what you actually thought about the actual dress.
Oh, the dress bad, honey. I would wear it. I
See,
definitely would wear it. It was bad. It was very well put together. I love the detailing of the dress and I love the contour contrast that they have at the end of the dress. I think she's a beautiful woman. I've been following Dr. Carey since, oh my God, at least 10 years. I'm talking about when she had short black hair. I've been following her a long time and she's very inspiring, very
mm-hmm.
motivating. Um the issue I have, I think, is the people that are talking, they can't even dress. So why are y'all like your normal wear is horrific. Why are you talking fashion? Like, why are you being a Joan Rivers in this situation when you look horrible? Like, it is no shade, no shade. And I can talk because I can dress.
Can.
Um, I think my other biggest issue is the Christian community. um, some may be Christians, some may call themselves Christians. Um, what I'm thankful for, I love both Dr. Jamal Bryant and Dr. Carey. I love their ministry. I just love
Absolutely.
all the things that they do. I think they're amazing people. The issue I have with the Christian community is that we can't draw nobody to Christ because we so busy got our agenda and what is right and what is wrong, but nobody has said what Jesus is. Like if I wasn't in the church or I wasn't saved or I wasn't, raised in the church, I didn't have a relationship for myself, I probably wouldn't go to church just based off of social media. If that was my advertisement, I wouldn't go. Because all I've seen is people tear this woman down, and respectfully, Jamal got them together.
Indeed.
That's what needs to be happening, because a lot I've seen somebody got in my inbox. It was only one, and she quickly found out, like, boop, boop, I'm not a worship leader. I ain't none of that. I would get you together. And you in my inbox too, honey. I can say whatever I want to in this inbox. I think my issue also is that how we're representing people, Christ, it's just nasty work. It's nasty work. You can have your opinion about the dress. A lot of people are saying, my auntie wouldn't have wore it. I wouldn't wear it. Duh. We see how you dress on a regular. We know you wouldn't have wore the dress. We know that you wouldn't be able to, sweet pea, sugar. You wouldn't have been able to pull the look off. I think when you see a confident woman, she's not your typical first lady. My grandma was a first lady.
Yeah.
So, but we also have to understand, and I don't quote me because I'm not, I'm an honest Christian. I know the word and I'm still learning the word, but I know that it's somewhere in the word that the word continues to develop. So the things that, for example, how I got saved is not how my son is going to get saved. I'm not going to keep him in church the way what happened to me. So just because that's how your auntie used to dress does not mean that's the type of first lady that she wants to be. And second of all, she wasn't at church. It was not a church event. What 4 million are you raising? That's what you need to ask yourself. What 4 million are you raising? What awareness are you bringing to the community? What are you just selling fish plates and chicken dinners? Or are you really trying to make a change in someone's life? I ain't gonna lie, it like ticked me off. It really did. It really ticked me off. I felt so bad for her. I think how she handled the whole situation, even her interview was so gracefully done. But you can have an opinion and not like the dress, that's fine. But it ain't your body. A lot of people that was complaining, you don't have that type of body.
Nope.
So now what it looks like is it looks more like jealousy.
Yes.
And as far as the Christian community, if you have to use somebody else negative, and I say negative because there was a lot of negative spew on it. A lot of people were using that negativity to build a platform for yourself. No, boo-boo. See, if you're a pastor or you're a preacher or you're a prophet or you're a motivational speaker, use what God gave you as
Absolutely.
a platform. Don't use their
Absolutely.
platform to try to, in my church, you got 4 members, so nobody's talking to you.
Absolutely.
Worry about you, your 4 members, and your storefront church. Worry about you and your household and ministering to your children. I hate that online as a Christian, that's how we look right now. We look like this is all we do. We just fight and we talk about people negatively, but yet we want to say, well, the Bible says this and the Bible says that. The Bible also says, with love and kindness have I drawn thee. Absolutely. What are you drawing to the table? Because you're not drawing anything. If anything, you're pushing people away. You're pushing people away. So I just think that as Christians, we have to learn how to mind our business. There you go.
As you said,
you didn't pay it. You didn't pay for the dress. Nope. You didn't have to wear the dress. And if you don't like the way something goes, guess what you do? Pray for them.
Absolutely. There was so many. I was talking to someone today. She said I could credit her. And I'll say her last name. Miss Norman said I could credit her, and she said, if the comment doesn't, mind the business that, as you said, that pays you, said, but the comment's not paying you, basically, right? I may have messed it up, Miss Norman. If the comment's not even paying you, I mean, say, is it useful? So here's my thing. I did a little research. I just did a little looking. I mean, it's open to the world.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see, again, they were attending the mayor's ball.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the mayor have commentary, post share about the dress at all. It was his event. I didn't see, now I could be wrong. I didn't see any person that went to the event that posted shared about the event. I think it's because people who have things to do, people who are invested in their purpose,
Mm-hmm.
people who are exposed. Pastor Jamal said in a more direct way, when you have not, you ain't been nowhere. But the truth is, that is true. The more you're exposed, the more things you do, the more vacations you take, the more you go around the world, the more you see people in different environment experiences, it shifts your perspective. Now, it may take a minute to shift.
It does.
But it will shift your perspective. You'll see the world different. The first time I had the experience to go overseas was to Japan, and I saw a culture and how they treated themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Japan is perfect, but what I admired is there was a woman in my class. I went there to teach music, and there was a woman in the class. She had on a beautiful. This is before leopard was like the thing again. It comes in and out of season, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites, though. But she had on a leopard trench coat. It was so amazing. This is like 15 years ago.
I bet that was bad.
Oh, it was so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She probably was about a size 6, maybe.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
She was small. And she put the jacket on. But this is the thing. She came in the class. When she came in the class, she lightly took the jacket off. She put it on the hanger and she tied it. When it was time to go, she took the jacket off the hanger. She put it back on. And I watched her as she made sure it was properly buttoned.
Mm-hmm.
And then she pulled the belt to the side and she tied it in a bow. You say, well, Yolanda, she cared about how she looked for herself. Mm-hmm. It was intentional. And that's what I saw throughout the course of my travel there. Every time I've been there, it's normal to see women riding down the bike riding down the street on a bike in a skirt and heels. That's normal. That's normal to see them through the train station with heels in a very nice piece of luggage. That is normal because they care about how they present themselves. You don't see trash on the street. You don't, because they care. So to your point, I think is that for me, I feel like most of the time you treat people how you feel about yourself.
Right.
So are you pushing off on her or them? Because you don't, like you said, right? You got to love yourself first before you bring all these things into your life. So do you not, what part of you doesn't like you?
Exactly.
That would make you say that you're that you're dressing like a harlot.
Mm-hmm.
That you look like a $2 such and such. That you aren't presenting yourself in holiness.
Yeah.
That you're not gonna make it into heaven.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to disappoint you people. I don't think Jesus cares what you wear.
No. And the fact that you have the audacity to say that God told you to say these things. I don't really think he told you to say that. I think these were your opinions and you just said those things and it was hateful. It was hateful comments. It was hateful. It was hateful. It was hateful. And I love how she responded. I probably would not have responded. I probably would have still been in the comments going back and forth. And that is why the Lord is still working on me so that when my husband does make it, I understand how to because I would have still been, well, let me tell you, so I'll go screenshot your picture, put it in the comment and say, well, you look like this and just ride out. But she responded so gracefully.
But you know what you said that I appreciate? And we don't have to stay here long. You said I appreciate. I really thought before this happened, this is the truth, right? Anybody knows me. I'm like super nice and really kind and sweet. Yeah. And I thought before this happened, like I'm ready. Like I'm, I'm saying? I'm good. I've been watching all this stuff for a long time and I'm good. I can just, You know what I'm saying? I don't be bothered. I tell people all the time, be careful what you say on social media. And
Yes.
I'm telling you, Shawana, I thought I was good until I saw something. God said, okay, let's see how good you are. And I saw something that did something to the inside of me. And it's the
Listen.
thing, I've never met Dr. Carey. At least not yet, right? We have not met her. I say we. We have
Not
not
yet.
met her as of yet. We. I said, I am fighting for this lady real hard. I saw something and I was in the comments yesterday with a young lady and she said, I didn't say that. I said, this is what you said. You said this. And what you're saying is not true. This and this did not happen. This is, if you want to be a commentator and you want to blog and be negative, just be honest about that. Don't try to make it seem like that's not what you are when that's what you are. And I said, oh, Yolanda, you don't got this down, girl.
And it's okay. It's okay, because that's the thing that the Christian community, and I don't want to say Christian community because I know people that are non-believers probably do that, but I'm focusing on the Christian community because that is what they do. But it's okay if you get angry. It's okay if you slip and you go off. God forgives us for everything. We just have to strive and learn, okay, this is what triggers me. One of the things that I've learned being a content creator, because I've had people say, oh, you too big, you too this, look at her
Wow.
cellulite. And I'm like, yeah, but you helping me get paid. So that's one thing. But I always say, make this comment. If you saw me in person, half of those people, if they saw Dr. Carey in person, if they saw Dr. Jamal Bryant in person, they would never.
Nope.
They would never. And I have to remind myself, being a content creator, and I tell people that if you saw me walking down the street, you would not say those things. You would be like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I should say I'm lying because I know I'm not lying. You wouldn't have the balls to say it. So if you can't say it to a person's face,
I agree
hush.
with that.
Like we're thugs on social media, but in real life,
I agree with that. I've seen, and that's because I don't want to drag on. I didn't know. I was telling someone that I just didn't know that people dislike them like that. I didn't know
it's not
that
that they don't dislike them, they dislike themselves and what they
dislike
wish they
themselves.
were, and what they wish they could wear the dress, and they wish they had. That lady's smart. She's a real doctor. They're really doing these things, so
They're
they
really
hate
doing these
themselves.
things.
And I remind that self for myself, and I'm going to remind you, it's not you that they don't like, it's them. They see something in you that they wish they had, and so now that demon that's got a hold of them that won't let them go is brewing up.
This is so
Hate,
good.
jealousy, that's a demon. Being jealous of somebody, that's something I pray I never have. I don't want to ever be jealous of anybody, because everything that I need, everything I want is access in my hands, and God can give it to me. You don't like the way you look? There's plenty of plastic surgeons. Go change it.
You know what, you just said something. So I want to talk about fashion for a minute. But when you said something, it reminded me of the movie Wicked. Right. So I don't know if you've seen the second part of Wicked.
No.
Right. You know, that's your thing. Okay.
I got to do better at watching movies. I haven't been to the movies in a little minute.
Oh, okay.
I'm
This is your channel.
stay home and watch Martin and Living Single Girl. I can watch Martin over and over.
Really?
Yeah, I got to get out
You
of
gotta
that.
go see it.
I
Fashion is
know.
great. I mean, you know, because you like fashion, and fashion is great.
Yeah.
It's cute. But I grew up watching The Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah.
And as I was watching it, I was sitting in the theater saying, first of all my life, I thought, I don't want to give the movie away. All of my life, I thought the movie depicting, the first, it's a movie, it's not real. But all of my life, the original movie created the Wicked Witch to be this horrible person.
Mm-hmm.
And she did this and she did that. But the entire time, it was Glinda. And so I said this because of what you said. Glinda was envious. And because of her envy, because she didn't feel good about her, she drugged that girl. Now, she still made now the Wicked Witch, still made a choice. But she drug her to this place. And she said, fine, this is who you want me to be. This is who I'll be. because of her own envy. And since you were talking, the thing came up on me again, and I was watching the movie. Now, Lord, you talking to me, or is this some kind of insight? I was like, huh? And ever since then, everything I watch, I always notice in a lot of films, envy is always an inner plot. It's always somebody who didn't like the other person and what they had and what they were bonded or trapped in their own struggles. And so to take the other person down, let's create this narrative that you're this person, right? And that's how I kind of feel what happened with Dr. Carey. I feel like a lot of people not only jealous, they were envious because you wanted the spot.
Right.
Maybe you didn't want to be with him, but maybe you want to be famous.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to be a celebrity. Maybe you
Right.
want to be in the room, but I want to help you based on what you said in the very beginning. It's not really what you think it is. It's not as easy as it looks. It's cool to get dressed up. It's cool to be pretty. It's cool. But when you're in those rooms, the rooms are not always what you think they are.
No. And I've been in secular and I've been in Christian. I've gone to New York Fashion Week. I was featured. I did stuff for Madame Noir. I've done a lot of stuff in the rooms. It's quite interesting. But one thing for sure that I love that I have done is I've done the work within myself. I don't care how good you look. I look good.
Yeah.
I don't care how and people say, "Oh, that's conceited." No, it's not. You got to love yourself.
You have to love
And
yourself.
you have to love every part of yourself. Do I have bad days? Yes. I'll be like, "Dog, little cellulite poking through a lot today." But then I remind myself, okay, you want the cellulite or you want no legs? Or do you want to be sick? Or do you want to be dead? My husband always say, "You're so dramatic with your examples," but the days that we're living in is we have I love every part of my life, every facet of my life. And being a big girl, I feel like it was a blessing.
Wow, really? You are the first curvy girl. Why do you feel that way?
Girl, you see my shape?
Bad.
Black cow. He was kind. He was kind.
He was kind.
He said, "I'm gonna give you a little bit more arms, but I'm gonna give you a little bit more hips." Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you, God. He was
I
kind
love
to me.
this.
I love being a thick girl. I love my curves. I love like when I go to the the front, it's like, especially I've lost weight. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're changing." Yes, when I laid down, my chest was too big and I could not breathe. And so I had to lose the weight.
Yeah,
I had to come on down in the Holy Ghost. I had to come bring it down.
Yeah.
But now that I'm loving working out, I'm loving my body changing back because I was a baddie back then. I've always been a thick girl. I used to be a cheerleader, so I always been a thick girl. I was the biggest cheerleader. Everybody like 80 pounds, and I'm like this 150, 160 thick old girl with thunder thighs. Yeah, that was me. But I love when I look in the mirror and I turn to the side and play cow. I love it.
I love this.
I love it. I love when I walk in the room and then my backside walks in 2 minutes later. I love that about myself. I love it. I'm dragging something back here. And I love it. And Mr. Vickers love it too. I've never desired to be a skinny girl. That's just not
me either. It's just
that's not my thing. I love my curves. I think I'm a bad mama jamma.
You're a bad girl. When we saw you, I said Trayvon. Because it's rare. I do want to talk about Fashion Week because it's rare. I always tell people, and you heard me say it that night. When I first met Michelle Prather, she was the first
she's a bad
curvy girl I had ever met. And I was like, this girl is together. She was like that when I met her 20 years ago. Right? And so, but I do want to ask you, because you say you don't talk about fashion. Okay, so let's talk about fashion first. I want to talk about just a couple minutes because I want you to get back to your husband because I want him to let you come back again. Yeah. I want to help us because I've talked about this forever, right? I think you have to choose your jiggle. So I am a singer, as you know, right? So I choose now. Listen, I would wear the dress. You just can't wear the dress at church, right? But that's more of a personal preference. There is no such thing as like you can't wear this, this, this. That's man made, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do. This is just me, Yolanda. I feel like I have to choose my jiggle.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't jiggle in the back and in the front. So I
Yeah.
grew up with a country mama who highly believed in wearing a girdle. Right,
Mhm.
that's the new word is shapewear. So she
Mhm.
highly believed in wearing a girdle. I would like to know from you, because I've heard girls say, "Oh, I don't have to wear that."
Yes, you
Yolanda,
do.
I'm not. This is the truth. I've heard people say, "I'm not your size."
I don't care what size you is.
I don't care what size you are, but they think it's a size thing, right? So I
Mm-mm.
want to know from you. They won't hear from me this time. I want from you. Why is shapewear important?
It is important because it completes the outfit.
Mm.
It completes the outfit. Um, I don't know why people think that you have to be small, but shapewear, they do. If they make it in your size, it's for you. Mhm. It's for you.
I love this.
So a lot of times you may have a little, and I think people have to just be comfortable with it. Like you got a little back roll. Some days I may want the roll to be out. But sometimes, depending on, especially where I'm going, like if I'm going to church, shapewear it is, because I
Yeah,
know I'm bucking.
absolutely.
I know I'm bucking, and because I am blessed back there, I don't want everything to be still swaying everywhere when I stop shouting. I need
Absolutely.
everything to move together. You know what I'm saying? So I think people don't even a slip. Like you should be wearing a slip.
Really, I hate slips.
I
Really,
know, but it's now
they
they do have shapewear that does
slide.
help.
Oh, that's my
But
nerve.
a lot of times a slip is going to keep the garment from, you get up, you sit down, you don't just say you have just underwear on and you're like, I didn't need to wear shapewear. So now you don't have shapewear, you don't have a slip on, and you got this little nice, cute little pleated skirt. You get up, now you got a wedgie. Now you gotta pull it out your tail. Put on a slip and it won't do that.
No, see, educate. You just help me. Educate us, please.
Either put the shapewear or in my terms, the girdle, or put the slip on. I think that people, because they're so uncomfortable about their size, is why they
Mm,
feel like they don't need shapewear.
mm.
Shapewear is not just to quote unquote make you, unless you wearing one of those corsets that pulls you in, you still gonna look big. You gonna look
I didn't expect to laugh this much. This is
you
so
go-
fast.
it's not gonna make you lose weight. If you was a 20, you still a 20. You still
Absolutely.
big. And it's okay. It's okay to be a big girl. Now, I get this in my comments a lot. Y'all feeding them saying it's not big. I guarantee you can't outwork out me. You can't out bench press me. I work out. Like I work out. If you follow me, if you go and look at my page, you will see my workouts. I work out. I'm talking about lifting weights, heavy weights. So
This
just
is
because you're a big girl does not mean that you don't work out or that you're not healthy. 9 times out of 10, a lot of big girls are actually more healthier than some of the
yep,
smaller girls.
yep. These are
So this whole persona of your size is what makes you, no, you wouldn't be able to outrun me on that treadmill. You wouldn't be able to
this
do
is
it.
good.
So just because you're a certain size doesn't mean you don't need shapewear, and it doesn't mean that you're not beautiful, and it doesn't mean that that back roll don't need to be pushed in a little bit to make that garment complete.
Absolutely.
You know?
Tell us what you feel like your top no, your top three yeses and your top three nos are for particularly curvy girls.
Like as far as what they wear,
Yeah, like fashion wise, like no, you no, just sometimes you see somebody and you're like, dang, just
I believe anybody can wear whatever they want to, but I would say when I kind of be like when I see plus size girls, because I wear crop tops. But when it's not tastefully done,
mm-hmm,
meaning your belly is like rolling over your shirt and then you
mm-hmm,
got your breasts hanging out everywhere, like put on a good bra. If you're gonna do it with class, do
mm-hmm.
it with confidence. If you're a big chested girl, go to Lane Bryant. Stay out of Walmart with their bras. Unless you get the older ones now, that the white ones with the heavy strap. Now that'll hold you up. But you gotta proportion it right. That's a no when they just do that. Um uh that's really all my no's, because I recently, when I attended one of the reunions, there was a young lady that had a certain style. I didn't care for it, but she loved it, so I like it. So I'm just like, if you like it, as long as you're confident with it,
Yep.
that's on you. Now, yes, all day, head to toe, Betty. Your hair done, your nails done, your feet done, like, I love a well put together woman with confidence. That's gonna be me every time. Every time. Every time I see a woman with confidence, that's a yes for me. It's a yes. Now I will say a no will be uh when people don't wear girdles. It do bother me a little bit.
Oh, it bothers me a lot.
Because I'm like, so there's the thing in having confidence, but I don't want confidence for attention.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be confident, period.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of times, as women, whether you big or small, I think sometimes we're afraid, or we just say, well, they ain't got nothing to do with me, which sometimes it don't really have anything to do with you. But if you're a friend, for example, my friends, I have a friend group. We're called the Gold Friends. We all have been friends for 20 plus years.
Mm.
We're not going to let one another go out looking crazy. What you doing? You getting your hair done? You need help with your hair? What you think about this outfit? We hold each other accountable. And I think, as far as your circle, your friend group, you don't let your girl go out looking any kind of way. You look good, and her hair ain't done. We're not doing that. Like,
At
I'm not
all.
doing that in my friend group, and my friend group ain't doing that to me. When we go out, we all step together. We all make sure we have together. And I think it starts with that. Not only yourself, but if you have a friend group, if you have a whoever, your best friend, like, tell them, talk to them. You should have that relationship. And if they get mad, then that's another conversation you need to have. Because why are you getting upset at me if I'm asking you questions and you're my friend? I don't want somebody, to be picking at you or looking at you crazy when you know the truth. You out here with your breasts all the way
All the way
on the
out.
side of your back. But put on a bra. And then it
Yeah, can
relates
we have the
back
bra
to,
part real
you want
quick? Because I think a lot of people do not wear proper bras.
go get fitted.
Thank you.
Go get them things fitted. It hurts your back too if you
Yes.
don't do it the proper way. But you got them laid to the side. These are not edges. These are breasts. Put them up. Put them things up. Do something
Pull
with
them
them.
things up. But people don't know if you have on the proper garments, right? It does align you better. You
It does.
will actually, your clothes will look better on you if
It
you
will.
have on the proper bra. And I think even for I say me, one time the lady said, "You wear this size." I said, "No, I don't." And she gonna look like me. I just measured you. Like, she's not trying to hurt your feelings. I think just being okay with where you are, right? And if you don't like it, then you change it.
And knowing what do you want. So when I go get size, I have to actually go get size again because I'm losing weight. So now they're shrinking. But
Right.
I tell them off rip, I want to be up, but I don't want them pointy. Don't point them at me.
No.
I don't like them pointy, and I don't like a lot of space in between. So you have to know your body. You have to be like,
This is good.
and I hope this is not disrespectful or inappropriate, but have you ever looked at yourself without clothes on? Like, you want somebody else to look at you, but you don't know.
This
You
is
don't like.
good. This is
You
good.
walk past the mirror and you like, oh, I don't want to see myself. Not me. I'll be like, okay. Oh. So that's why he be hollering. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
This is
embrace what it is, and then
good.
if you don't like it, change it.
If you don't like it, change it.
Just change it. It's okay. But a lot of women, they don't even look at themselves. They just like, hi, I gotta put something on. Like, relationship talk. My husband already told me when we got together, hey, you can leave them little sexy lingerie. I'm finna take it off anyway. So just put it to the side. And I had to get used to, like, I'm like, Jesus, like, are you sure? He's like, girl, come here. And I had to get used to looking at myself and embrace it because I
Yeah,
wanted him to
that's good.
embrace me. So how
That's
do I want
good.
somebody else to embrace me and I don't embrace what I have at every
This is so
size?
good.
It's like, okay, my gut sit in my lap a little bit. All right, you know, hey.
Yeah, I think takes me back to this moment I was having during Stellar Weekend, and Trayvon was like, "We're just not going to do this. So you're going to put
No.
on what we agreed. This is what we agreed." He said, "Now, if you want to put on this little jacket, because because it took a long time." I was like, I cannot wear my arms out because he was like, "Girl,
As
it's
hot as it
already
was
here."
in Nashville.
Oh, people did not know I was having a whole experience because because it was the first time I was doing some things, that there was some
Mm-hmm.
things happening, and I was like, I don't know. He was like, no. So people didn't know. This is why I love him so much, because he privately walked me through that every
Mm-hmm.
day. Like, okay, we good? Because we putting this on.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it's gonna be. People didn't know I had a whole hair debacle because the hair I brought was awful, and I didn't know the hair was awful. So I'm in the glam room, thank God for Quinn. She's like, "No, you're not repping us, and we taking this out." So it was so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
So by
Mm-hmm.
time you saw me, I had worked through quite a bit that day.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the truth. This is why I love God, because we miscount these moments. So when I
Mm-hmm.
saw you, sometimes I feel like God does this for me. When I saw you, it's like, see, oh, see,
And that's my every time I post, I tell people all the time, I love the engagement because they'll leave me a comment. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're this, you're that. And there's no shade. I appreciate you saying you're beautiful, but what inspired you to change something about yourself? I want to be an
this is good.
inspiration. I want to be an inspiration. It's more than me just being a pretty face. It's more than because I've had ugly days. I've had ugly days where I was ugly to people. And I
This is
like to tell that side because people try to make it seem like they're so perfect and it's so no, I have ugly days. When my husband wakes up and because this is a wig, he wakes up to me with 4 braids, but I still be like, hey babe, with them 4 silly braids in my head. Hey, I love you too.
yeah.
I want to be an inspiration outside of the makeup, outside of the lashes, outside of the hair, outside of the garments. If you see me in the street with sweatpants and my 4 braids, my 4 silly braids, I still want to be an inspiration. And I think as an influencer, as a content creator, as a child of God, what are you influencing people to do? I don't want you to just walk past me and be like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. No, it ain't unreachable for you. It's reachable. You are pretty too.
This is good. It
And
is
we don't
reachable for me.
compliment each other as women. It's, oh, what's she looking at? I'm quick to say, girl, you fine, you pretty. Oh, I love your outfit. I love giving other women accolades,
Yeah,
black,
yeah,
white, whoever. You're
yeah,
pretty, you're beautiful because you don't know what kind of day they're having. You don't know what insecurities
absolutely.
they're going through. So if I can reaffirm you by just telling you how beautiful you are, I've done my job. It's more than posting a picture. It's more than,
Hmm.
clicking a link. It's more than my marriage is a testimony. I'm 44. Well, no, I'll be 44 this year. My husband will be 39 next month. We will be married almost 17 years. We love each other down. It's possible.
Hmm.
I've had so many comments of, oh, y'all big and this bigness ain't never stopped nothing. Nothing. Not a phone call, not a late night call, nothing. These arms jiggling has never stopped anything.
That's it.
Never.
That's it.
And so if I'm beautiful, I want to always return that compliment to you. Yolanda, you are beautiful. You
Thank
are
you.
beautiful from the inside out. You can sing like never before. You are angelic. You are more than enough. You
Thank
are a lender and not a borrower. You are just eyes have not seen, ears have not
you. Thank
heard.
you.
And we don't do that enough to each other. We don't.
Absolutely.
When I saw you, I was like, oh, she is so cute. And she's so down to earth. I love a girl's girl. I love a girl's girl. Like,
Yeah.
soon as I find out you're a girl's girl, oh, okay, well, how can we connect? How can I help? How can we connect? But we don't do that as women. We just stop, especially our curvy girls or pretty girls. We stop at the, oh, she's pretty. No, okay, she's pretty. Now, what else?
Oh, this
Don't
is
just be a pretty face. My grandma used to tell me all the time, don't be a pretty face and you be dumb.
yes.
I'd be like, grandma, I'm not dumb. I ain't say you was dumb, but don't act dumb. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because it's like you said, it's more than that, right? And so, like you said something so good. Anybody can sing. It's really true. Shout out to I have a friend named Chad. This happened probably like 20 something years ago, and we were in Texas, and we were pulling through the drive-through of a chicken place, and the girl at the window was singing, and he said, "I think this is a good teach moment." He said, "There's always going to be somebody better than you. There's going to be some little girl." This before social media was social media, right? And he was like, "There's going to be some little girl, some little church that can sing you under the table, and you won't." And now we see it every day, right? So to your point, there's always going to be somebody who has the gift, who has the talent. There's always going to be the makeup artist. Everybody can be a makeup artist now. Now I'm not that girl, in the sense of I want to go to like you. Yes, I want to go to people that have been doing it since they were 5 because you just passion is different. That's just me,
Yeah.
But that's to say that there are so many people that are gravitating to so many things. But what else is, if you take all that from you, I'm sure I have to eat this tomorrow. If you take all that from you, then what do you have?
Right.
I'm not kind because it gets me something. I'm kind because, number one, that's the way God made me. And I
Right.
was raised by a country mama. And she said, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Exactly.
Yolanda, don't just
Exactly.
over that. There was something that just happened. I saw on social media where a young lady was, she threw a birthday party for her daughter and no one came. And
Oh.
it was just so sad. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like hundreds of chairs and no one came. And when I saw it, I thought, I'm grateful. As much as I miss her, I'm grateful that I still retain the values my mother gave me, because I was raised
Mm-hmm.
where if we couldn't go to the party, number one, you told the people you couldn't come. And then
Right.
my mom said, but put your clothes on. You said, no, put your clothes on because we're going to still go over there and take a gift over there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm saying, I think I was raised with those values. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not giving you something that wasn't done privately. But
Right.
to your point, I think so many people are trying to get something, thank you, Lord, that they have not worked for.
Right.
They haven't
Right.
put in the time for. It's like with Michael Jordan. You want all these things. You call me people like me. I mean, I'll do your logo. It's fine. But
Mm-hmm.
I get what he's saying. It came after he did the work on the court.
Right.
So what we're seeing in you was after you've done the work.
Mm-hmm.
When you didn't have the spa. When you were using the same 5 brushes, no shade, right?
Girl, no shade at all. Drying them,
Right.
opening the oven and drying the brushes so they'll hurry dry before the next client comes.
When you were using LA colors. I mean,
Look,
I'm just
coastal
saying.
scents. They, I said this, and I'm actually gonna do a reel about this. I think another issue is, and I told this to my husband. He was like, "What?" Because I believe this in my husband. I never want to praise another pond more than the pond that I'm drinking out of. I don't. That goes for friendships, that go for my husband, that go for my inner circle. I think that people would make it more if we would push those that we actually say we love in private.
Absolutely.
And because I have such a great husband that pushes me, I have a great circle of friends. We're actually getting ready to do our 3rd annual Galentine. It's just a Galentine. We just wanted to get together and love on each other for Valentine's Day, and it just turned into this big event of over 300 women just loving on each
Wow.
other. But our events stem from our friendship. We actually do this all the time. We make sure that we're there for each other. And that is the reason why I feel like I can do anything. I feel like I'm being an inspiration because I inspire what I'm around first. And then I try to go
Absolutely.
inspire. We want the wrong people. We'll comment on Cardi B stuff. No shade, Cardi B. Love her, whole thing that she do. I don't know the songs that she sang, but
I
it's
love Cardi
entertaining.
B. Yeah, I feel you.
But we entertain everybody except for those that push
Absolutely.
us.
Absolutely.
We have to stop that. And once you build up that foundation, not wanting everybody's not going to be your friend. Everybody's not going to understand you. Everybody can't go with you. We've heard that so many times. But I believe even if it's just one friend and you're building up each other, pouring into each other, you will be able to be successful even faster than trying to get these strangers that don't care nothing about you.
Nope.
You're trying to be famous for the wrong reason. Like what does because let me just put this out there. Famous don't mean rich. Because there's a lot of famous people that's broke.
That's
So
broke.
if that is your mindset, you're not going to get any money just because you're famous. That's not how that
Nope.
works. It doesn't work like
Nope.
that. But yeah, I really, to sum that up, I want to be an inspiration to not only people online, but I want to walk in my purpose. I want to walk in my hello purpose. And I think a lot of people act the way they are. They do the things they do because they don't know their purpose in life. They don't know how
Yeah.
to get to their purpose. They don't know what they were purposed to do. And what they don't realize is purpose is forever evolving, even after you die.
Oh, yeah, my gosh.
Even after you die, think about it. We still talk about Martin Luther King. We still talk about Cicely Tyson. We talk about so many because their purpose is still evolving.
This is good.
It's still evolving. So your purpose never dies if you walk in it.
This is good.
But if you walk in somebody else's purpose, it shall die because it was never yours to have.
Yeah, and I think people have to be first, something you said. Being famous is not what it used to be. So I hope people
Mm-mm,
understand that. It's
mm-mm.
not.
The money ain't what it used to be.
No, no, no. Being famous in the 1900s was amazing.
Yeah.
That was good in the
Mhm.
90s, but it's not what it used to be because people go. I said this to my producer. Someone recently asked me, "Why don't you have music out yet? Why don't you?" So I came to him and I said, people keep asking me. He said, "Because we're not doing shortcuts over here." That's what you can tell them.
Listen,
There's
because
no shortcuts. We
it's
want
hard.
longevity. Music now doesn't last as long as it did previously, right? He said, so we're going to do what people did to make it last. And I said, because everybody wants to be famous. Like you said, everybody wants to be like, it's kind of weird in my opinion. Because have you ever heard people who have a lot of money and they said they would switch it for peace? One of my
Yeah.
favorite people is Steve Harvey. I heard him say, you can't. He said, the truth is, you can have all the money in the world and you can still have no peace.
Yeah.
I love TD Jakes. He recently
Yeah.
told Cam Newton, he said, you
Oh,
have so much, but you have nothing.
you have nothing. You have nothing at all.
Golly. You have all the, you know what I mean? You can have, the Bible says you can gain the whole world and lose your soul.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think people think that, and I may get in trouble with a pastor because I may not say this right. You may lose your ticket to heaven. Let me say it like that. But really, I think it's talking about some earthly things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can lose the joy. You can't pay for that.
Yeah.
It's not
Mm-mm.
available on the shelf. Otherwise, it would never be available.
Right.
You can't pay for peace. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
You
Mm-mm.
Yolanda, well, you got a lot of money. Okay, it gives you peace for maybe for a little while.
But the money gonna come if you walk in your purpose. It'll come.
The money
If you
and
do
the
what
money
you're
that
supposed,
you're supposed to have.
it will come. It will come to you. But a lot of people want the money, and you don't even know what to do. You can't even pay your bills that you got now on time.
This right here.
So what are you gonna do? And I can attest to that firsthand. My first year of being a solo entrepreneur, I made like $145,000, $150,000 that
Wow.
year. To go from making $30,000 a year to making that kind of money, I was like, whoa, wait, whoa, whoa, what did I
Wow.
do? So you have to get yourself in position to know what to do with the money, how to make it last, because a lot of people don't also understand business tip. Just because you make $150,000 don't mean you made $150,000. Your
That's right.
business made
Yes.
150,000. You might have made $20, but your business made it.
Absolutely.
So ask for wisdom while you're asking. This year, and my pastor, my bishop taught on this too. He said this a couple months ago, and this has been my prayer. Lord, you don't have to give me more money. Give me strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I have the strategy, I'll always make the money.
I received that from myself.
I always pray for strategy. Because if you have this $1 million idea, then all you have is an idea. But if you don't have the strategy and the plan on how to make it, how to
Mm-hmm.
multiply it, how to keep it, how to invest it, then you will still just have a $1 million idea.
Yeah, and it won't go nowhere, right? Mom, I always say these things about my mom. The grave is the richest place in the world.
Very, because they die with all the ideas.
They did with all our ideas. I said this last night. You're gonna die with the recipe because
Die
you
with
don't want
it.
anybody else to have it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take it with you, Jesus is not doing a barbecue in heaven. I'm sorry.
No, he's not.
So what are you gonna do with it, right? To your point, like I know people who share because of what I do. I should ask them, wait, you did this flyer? Yeah. So right, I'm 20 years in the game. People share so many ideas with me that they never put to life. And my promise to myself last year and through the rest of my life, I'm gonna do the ideas that God gave me. Now maybe they don't come out the way I thought they would, but I feel like at least I gave it. I went for it. I push for it, because how do you know if you don't go for it? If you say if you don't
Exactly.
try, how would you know that you could have had a salon and been a makeup artist and been a manager, and if you didn't go for it? So people waste a lot of time trying to be other people. I love Tiana Taylor. I did not
Oh
know
yeah.
how. I did not know this until today. I did not know until today that 2020, like we were all in the pandemic, right? I didn't know that she announced that she retired from music. Like, you're so young. But she said, I wanted to go for more. What if I would have never done that? So
Yeah.
people could easily say I want her story, but there's a lot that comes with her story. Or I want her life, but there's a lot that comes with her life. So you're
Right.
better off walking in your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I can be influenced by Shawana. I can love her. I can say, man, but I don't know. Respectfully, do I want your life?
No, you don't want it. You don't want it. And the thing is, you don't want my life and I don't want yours. Why? Because we were all created for one thing, which is to give
Yes.
him glory. And the way
Yes.
that I give him glory will not necessarily look like how you give
Yes.
him glory. And
Yes.
so when people say, I want your life, I won't even say, you want my money or you want my success or you want my struggles. You don't want my pathway. Because
There you go right there.
some people strategy plan may be a little bit easier than other strategy plans.
This right here.
So I used to say I wish I could change things in my life. I wish things would have happened. My husband and I, we were actually talking about this the other day, and I moved my last year of high school, and he moved away. Um, from he was staying like in Largo area, and ended up coming back here. And he was like, if I would have stayed, maybe I would have went pro. And I said to him, and we probably wouldn't have got married. He was like,
Wow.
what? He was like, I probably would. We would have found each other. I said, no. If I didn't come to my last year of high school, I was not coming to no Ocala. I wasn't moving here. This wasn't my cup of tea. So God strategically does what he does, when he does it, how he does it, because he knows, he sees your future. And wishing, while you're sitting up there wishing that you had, and pleading with him about, I want this person's life, you wasting your time,
Mm-hmm.
because you could be working on your own purpose. So my prayer is that we all find the strategy to work the plan that he has given us, and to know that you are enough.
This is
Because
good.
we look at other people and like, oh, they did it like this, or they sing like this, and oh, I wish I could do. No, it won't be received
The same.
that way. You have to do what you were purposed to do. uh I say this all the time. As being a makeup artist, I'm not the best makeup artist, but I am good at what I do. And being good is not just the application. I'm professional. My business is, you can't cash at me no money. I got a kiosk. I
Come
got a
on,
check-in.
yes. This is
I
what
got a website. So be as great as you can in that vicinity. And if you want to be greater, don't be afraid to get more training. Get more training in what you're doing. My husband is one of the best singers, but he always takes toolage from other people. What do you think about this? His humility is. Sometimes I be wanting to fight him. I'll be like, you need to say something else. He'd be like, no, I'm not finna do that. I'll be like, all right. But he is so humble in that aspect of. Now, I'm gonna always say he's the best singer. There's nobody that can sing better than him to me. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's Eddie Levert, Gerald Levert. I don't care who it is.
as it should.
Nobody can sing because he's my husband. I love him.
Absolutely.
His voice does something else that other people don't do to. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It does a little something to me. But I love that even though he knows that he can sing, he always, how can I be better? What
Yeah.
he'll be sitting here. I'll be like, "What are you doing?" I'm practicing. So it's okay to get training. It's okay to not be the best.
Mm.
You don't have to be the best at everything. Like, why are you trying to be the best? You don't have to be the best. You can feel that you're the best, but just because I'm the best makeup artist doesn't mean that you're not the best makeup artist. Just because
Yeah,
my
and there's
husband
enough
can
for
sing,
everybody.
it's enough money for
It's
everybody.
enough money. It's enough people. There are over 8 billion people in the world. There's some
When I
little
train
girl.
my girls for
Yeah.
esthetician, because I wax. I wax and I wax everything. And I used to tell them, they'd be like, you're not upset. Girl, I can't wax everybody everywhere. It's only 8 hours in a day that I may be working, because I might only work 6 as an entrepreneur. I'm not doing all that. Just not
Yeah.
doing all that. How many waxes can I actually do within that time frame? So, pray for strategy, because then you'll know what to say out your mouth too.
This part right here. So I want to get some final thoughts from you first. Thank you so much again
You
for
welcome.
taking time out your schedule. I want to do this again. I want to do it with some more girls.
Yes,
Because I am a girly girl, right? I wasn't always.
you are.
I wasn't always a girly girl. My auntie said, "Girl, I mean, you have on a whole dress." Because I grew up, I was kind of a tomboy. I played with Barbie dolls and trucks, and I wasn't
Oh,
confused, right? I was not. This is when kids could play with Barbie dolls and trucks. Amen. I did.
yeah.
I grew.
See,
I
I
grew
ain't
up.
never been like that. I
Oh
always
yeah.
been dainty. Like, I go
Oh
with my
no.
granddaddy, and
Mm-mm.
he'll be painting a house, and he'd be like, "Hand me this screwdriver." I'll be like, "This?" He'd be like, "Girl, get out my way."
Oh no. I was very. My mom had to make me put on a dress.
What?
What? Absolutely. I was a tomboy in
Wow.
some respects, probably not all.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, totally. To this, I grew up playing with Barbie dolls and GI Joe.
Yeah, that is not my testimony.
Oh yeah, to this day, I am a dirty. Now I say that people don't understand. That's why I talk. When the GI Joe movie comes out, whew,
You gonna
the
be
way
excited.
I'm going to be at the theater watching that.
What?
Oh
I
my
mean, I'm gonna
god,
be at the theater, but just all the dirt and all the stuff.
I love it. When
I just can't.
Transformers, I grew up watching Transformers. When Transformers, it is my favorite. If there was a Bumblebee song come down the street, I would lose my mind. Like I would just, yeah. When Transformers first came out, my friends keep saying I did this. I just don't recall. So I remember going to see Transformers when it first came out, and I was in the movie theater totally zoned out like a 5-year-old. Like I was just like mesmerized. They say when the movie was over, I stood up and clapped. I don't recall. Like, I don't recall. Right? Like, this was amazing. But I am. I'm probably gonna watch it again tonight. So I did. I grew up playing with Barbie dolls and G.I. Joes, Transformers. I do remember climbing trees. I've always had guy friends since I was like 5.
That's too high.
Yeah, I do remember climbing a tree once. Yeah, so I wasn't dainty, actually. I know people never think that, but
girl, I was in the house rolling my grandma's hair with them pink rollers and got some tissue, and I'm like, "This how you do it?"
What? But see, the other part is, I also grew up with these very beautiful, very graceful, very beautiful aunties. My mama was really pretty, and these beautiful aunties. And so my mama sings, and she was a nurse. Most of my aunties, they all worked in medical field, some type of capacity. My mom nurse, but then I had an auntie who worked in the salon. So even it's like this mixture of things. Even then, as a little girl, I could sit in the salon present day. I was silly. I love the salon. I love smell of the Marcells and the clanking of the
old school salon.
The old school salon. Not this new
the
thing
studios that we got.
Not these closets y'all doing. I don't want that. I don't even want to be a part of that. I love when you walk in and you hear this, you smell this Marcells, and she's waving the Marcel around and the clanking, and the girl. Let me tell you what he did to me yesterday. And I love it. So yeah, I grew up with this way, but no, I didn't. So I became this girly girl. One of my friends was we were at church one day. Shout out to my friend Takara. She said, "You have a mirror?" I said, "Yeah, I think so." She said, "Yolanda," and she just kind of paused. She said, "Why is the mirror sparkling? Why does the mirror have glitter on it?" I was like, "I don't know. Shouldn't it have glitter?" So I became girly later, but I became girly because my mom and my aunties, I grew up singing quartet. And you already know your husband's country, so yeah, we had to wear the uniforms. They made me wear the heels. Yeah, I became like that, but I love it.
Yeah. Wow. No. No. My grandma,
really?
Yeah, we would do each other hair. I would roll her hair up. We'll sit up there in the bed and watch 11 o'clock. We'll watch Price is Right with Bob Barker.
Yes.
And then the news come on, so that's where we go get us a snack, and we'll lay up and paint each other nails, and that's the type of girl. And I gotta watch the stories with her.
Yes.
I just, and even now, I like all that manly stuff. People pick at me all the time. Manly. What dirt? He watching
now I'm super girly now though, so I don't want to play in the dirt. I do want to watch Transformers, but I don't want to play in the dirt. I don't want to do that. Like so it's weird because the older I got, I became like
more
super
girly.
Yeah. Like I was like 16. I've been wearing nails forever. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I became more and more and more girly to the point where when things I was a part of back home in Denver, maybe this is an offline conversation, but things I was back home in Denver, I was probably one of the most girly girls most of the time in the group. So some people say, "You were what?" Yeah. I think you transform over time, but all to say yes, I'm a girl's girl. I think that enough girls don't support each other and impart into each other and just say, "Hey, I don't need a reason. I don't need you. Like, I'm going to get my hair tomorrow." And I love seeing the woman at the front desk. She always has on the cutest shoes. I'm like, "Hey, lady, I see your shoes today."
Where do you come from, girl?
Yeah, it doesn't take anything from me though, right? Yeah, so it's what I love to get. Two things. I love to get your final thoughts. So I'm gonna give you a couple things at one time. I love to get your final thoughts, where people can find you, follow you, and then your top fashion tip. I was gonna talk about what's new in fashion, the trendy, like the new ivory color, but I'm not a fan because I don't like white. But
I love white.
Oh, do you? Oh,
I love white. I do. With the right undergarments, I love white.
It just reminds me of like first Sunday with the ugly white dress. It just
We had to wear white for my best friend's class reunion, and I wore this off the
really.
shoulder white leather pleather faux leather, whatever they call it. It wasn't real. But it was like a long sleeve and short sleeve. It was bad. It was very cute.
See, I think it's who wears it. But I'm gonna just applaud
Mhm.
you and Lisa Ray. I don't like it.
Yeah. Now I'm not gonna wear it all the time, but when I do wear it, I wear it. I
But
wear
that's
it. I
because you
wear it.
wear it. So okay, how can people follow you? Um, your biggest fashion tip and why it is important to dress nice when traveling.
Okay, so it's important to dress nicely when you're traveling because you never know who you're gonna meet. Because I am an esthetician, I am a makeup artist, um, I am a wife, I'm my husband's manager. Um, I am a content creator. Um, I'm also a millionaire in the making. So I
That's right.
act like I'm a millionaire. Millionaires don't just always roll out the bed. Critical to what people say they wear anything, they do not. They may not be in all the big fashion stores, but you always want to present yourself. Um, I'm a woman of God, and so I want to always make God look good.
That's good. I
So
love
if
that.
you always look a mess, why would I serve a God that looks a mess? You're a
I
representation of
love
Him. You look
this.
like you always going through it. I don't want that. If you always look like you always look like something wrong with you, you always
I
look
don't
like
want
woe
that.
is me.
Oh,
If you
that's
always look like
good.
woe is me, I don't want no part of whatever you serving.
That's
So
good.
even when I was going through it, even when me and my husband was struggling bad, I mean, we have been broke and we have been broke. You never
Mm,
could tell. You never could tell because I dressed, I acted as if I was already making it. So it's very important to dress like that, not just when you're traveling, but just in life.
so
In
that
in
means you're
life.
not wearing a bonnet to the airport.
No, absolutely not not me. If my face ain't beat, my skincare is done, my brows are done correctly. I'm giving the people what they want. I'm giving the people what they want. And I'm giving it to them with a smile on my face, you know?
Absolutely.
Um then my fashion tip, um wear it and wear it well.
I love this.
Wear it and wear it well. If you like it, that's all that matters. Stop looking and seeking validation from everybody. I think a lot of people post because they want accolades and validation from other people. But
Hmm.
applaud yourself.
But applaud yourself.
Applaud yourself. Um,
And how can people follow you?
Y'all
Fine.
can follow me everywhere. I am on Facebook. It's me, Shawana V. Instagram. It's me, Shawana V. TikTok. It's me, Shawana V. I'm on Threads. I don't really talk, but I'm finna start back getting talking on that. And I do have a YouTube page. I was supposed to launch that last year. I did not. I shot all the videos and I did not put them up, but I'm holding myself accountable with all the gifts that God has given me and all the money that He wants me to make. I'm going to be posting.
This is good.
So I am going to be on YouTube, which will be I have something called Makeup and Ministry. I normally do it on Mondays. So I'll be going back live. Doing makeup and ministry. Which I just kind of give makeup tips, do my makeup, have a chatty watty, show how they can properly do their makeup, but while giving them encouraging, and then we close out in prayer on makeup and ministry. Um, but yeah, that's how you guys can, follow me and all the things that God is doing in this season of posting and content and my salon. My salon is Love Beauty Bar and Spa, the number one beauty bar and spa in Central Florida. Located in Florida.
Wow.
So
This is
yeah.
amazing. I love this. So first again, thank you so much. I do not
You're
take
welcome.
this for granted or opportunity. I don't take that you've been hanging out with us for almost 2 hours. I don't take it for
It's
granted because I
okay.
know you're a busy girl. But I really and I also want you to shout out your husband.
Oh,
So
my
people
man,
told
my
me
man,
because
my
he has, yes,
man.
because he has a
Yes,
single, right? We
he
are a radio
does.
station. Okay, first I want to shout out Benjamin. He says, "Do you style men?"
I do. Hi, Benjamin. That I met him at the Stellars. He's so
Yes,
nice.
yes,
I met some nice people during the
yes.
Stellars. But yes, I actually style my husband. So
Oh, do
his
you?
yeah, so his outfits I style. Now he do give me some input, but for the my husband be like, I could just go if he could John P. Key it, he would. And I'd be like, no, you're not. No, you're not. That brother
I'm
loves
holding
him
back
a
like this. I'm holding back.
he love him a little good old sweatsuit. I'd be like, babe, no, you gotta he'd be like suit and tie. Yes. So yeah, I have styled especially all of our major events, I have styled him. So I style
Oh, I love
everybody.
this. I love this.
Yes. So and a lot of stuff is custom too. So I take stuff and I will make it your own. So that's his thing. His thing is
This is
joggers,
good.
his suit joggers. So hopefully, we're putting that in the atmosphere that he come out with a jogger suit line because that's his thing. That's his
Yeah.
signature. But I do have a seamstress that I work with, a couple different seamstresses that I work with to make everything custom. I don't like nobody looking like me. So I would take the outfit that you saw me that when I first met you, that was actually a Fashion Nova pantsuit. And I changed the whole entire outfit. I added some stuff on the side and I made it Bermuda shorts. So I'm really big on making the style your own style. So
Wow. I love this. Okay.
yeah.
And tell just your husband's single.
My husband's single is You Are, Jonathan Vickers on all platforms, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere that iTunes, you can go and purchase it too,
Amen.
purchase it. But he's on all streaming platforms. He is actually getting ready to do a photo shoot. He has some new music that's going to be coming out
Yay.
this year.
Congratulations.
We just moving with God, moving strategically. Prayerfully, we are planning on going to the Stellars this year again. But he is available for booking. He does travel. He don't just stay in Florida. He does travel outside of the state to sing. So if you need someone to sing at um your next birthday party, your next conference. He is a worship leader. You can follow him on all social media platforms, Instagram, John V Productions, as well as Jonathan Vickers and John V Productions on Facebook and YouTube. So y'all go download my man single.
He is, I say this as a singer, as a professional. Your husband really can sing.
He can.
Like, some people, like, you're like, oh, like James Moore could sing just with no effort, no try. And this is no, trying to get any, as they say, brownie points. I really put your husband in that league. Like, your husband can
Oh,
just,
thank
like the
you.
man can just sing.
Yeah, and he don't be trying. That's the thing. I'd be like we have this thing. I think we might make it a series where he's gonna try to. So I used to sing. I really believe you either got it like my husband, or you can be taught. But when you're taught and you stop singing, you
Yep.
lose it. And
Mm-hmm.
so mine is lost somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but I'm trying to bring it back. So I think we do this thing sometimes where he'll try to teach me my notes because I can't hear him. He'll be like, it's
Really?
here. And I'll be like, here. He'd be like, here. And I'll be like, here. It'd be so funny. But I really want to do a series with him where he teaches me a song. But he can he can just sing. And I love the way he ministers. Like even and I guess because I'm married, to him, but even when he sings to me, he sung to me our wedding night, our wedding day, coming down the aisle. Like the way he sing, it's just like it melts my heart. I just be
I love this.
like I just singing love songs. It's like it's so different. It's like the way it's just it's crazy. It's insane. And he don't be trying. That's the thing. Like I have to try like to find. Mine don't be to find. It's not there. Now, if you
He
want
can
me to do
sing.
a power lord, now I could drive a church. I had the people in a frenzy. Pop, I'll look, I'll power them out. But all the rest of that stuff, y'all, you and Jonathan, y'all got.
No, he can sing and he's anointed. I think that's the difference. Some people they can sing, but that's all it is. There's
Yeah,
nothing.
I actually went back and listened to a couple times the video I post because I do social media management too. So I help build brands, I do content
Yeah,
creation, I do the edits and all that. So when I finished editing the video from um Pastor Franklin Church when we went and visit to see you sing,
yeah.
and I was listening to him, I was like, how did he do that?
Oh, it was such
Like
a
he was
powerful
just
moment.
doing, he was really just having fun because the band was slapping that night too. So
Slapping.
he was just doing all. I said, did you hear that? He's talking about, I don't know if I could do it again. Oh, you know you could do it again. He can sing. He can sing. Y'all go on some of his pages and y'all show him some love. Go y'all see what we're talking about. If you haven't heard him,
Singer.
like even the event that we was at, it did him no justice. Like that little snippet that was just like a little ha ha. I could sing, but he can
No,
sing.
no, no. Your guy is like, and it's rare. As we wrap it up, it's rare. It's just, in my opinion, this is no shade. There's a lot of amazing singers in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find people. Like you said, you didn't see any amazing clothes, right? I said I was going to show this dress. There's a dress that was worn at the Globes last night, and it's no
Mm-hmm.
shade to anybody. It's definitely no shade to black girls. But when
Mm-hmm.
the girl walked out on the carpet, when she walked out on the stage, I said, "Well, dog." I mean, just Jesus. No, sorry, wrong dress. When she walked out on the carpet, I said, "Well, dog." I mean, dang. Now, dang. Like, oh, this is just a nice dress. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, see, you as speechless.
Now, this is the thing where you have to know shape and body types. So me
Mm-hmm.
personally, this dress makes her hips look extra wide
Absolutely, it does.
because of the material on the side. And
Absolutely, it
the
does.
way it was cut is cut, you're standing because you want your leg to show. But if you would have had
Mm-hmm.
it cut and customized, it could have just easily, elegantly showed.
Oh, that's
Um,
good.
it's cute or whatever.
Oh, so you don't love it?
I don't love it.
Okay, I have one question. I know we gotta go. So you don't love it, but do you love this?
I love it. Now, the back of the dress was a bit much for me, but I
Oh,
mean, look at
with
the
the with
body that
the
she
with the
got. That's
bow, with the
different.
diamond bow at the
Yeah.
bottom.
But that dress right there, I think she dresses for her body type.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She
Mm-hmm.
dresses for her body type. She has a beautiful, so you see at her hip area, she's doing that same thing, but it rouges, so it doesn't make her hip appear to be so wide. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't like on that red dress, I don't like the big wideness of the dress. It's too poofy on the sides. Like
Oh,
that
it's too
that look
poofy on the side.
is too poofies on the side. It don't look well placed together. It looked like, okay,
I
well let's just
respect
put this
that.
on. Let's just add this on. It's
I
too
think
much
maybe because it was on
material in that
camera.
hip area. Even if she would have been snitched in a little bit because she does appear to be smaller, she
Mm-hmm.
looks wider. And she
She
don't
looks
have to look
wider.
wider. She
She
looks
looks
very
much,
much
much
wide.
wider. Now
Mhm.
I said we had to go, but I gotta, because I want to go back to Dr. Care for a minute. So I just want to be clear. Now this is a
Mhm.
fashion expert, right? Trayvon's not here to verify our thoughts. I want to be clear what is actually see through. Now, see,
Yeah.
you can see Mother Lopez's belly button.
Honey,
Saints.
anytime Mother Lopez is out, you're gonna see something.
There you
Mother
go.
Lopez gonna let you know she got a body.
There you
Dr.
go.
Carey was not see-through, it was skin tone. It
It
was
was
skin
skin tone.
tone.
Two different
It
things.
was it's two different things. And the whole I think the other thing that kind of upset me too is I seen the video of the designer that made the dress for her. She
Mm-hmm.
came up with that idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think either one of them was trying to get it to show towards her private parts. Like people were reaching. They were
Definitely
just
were
because you
reaching.
can't see yours don't mean other people trying to show theirs.
No, I don't. Oh no, you don't play. Yeah, I saw when I saw this first. I love Jennifer. I just love J Lo. But when I saw this, my immediately thought this is see through because I can see her
And I
belly
don't
button.
like it.
You don't
Either.
like it.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I
like
like
the
the
top, but I don't
bottom.
like that tool at the bottom.
No, I
like
don't
that.
think I like the tool. I agree with you. So I have one more person. I like this person. I like this.
Thank you. Thank you. That is a Fashion Nova dress.
Really?
That is a Fashion Nova dress with an Amazon bag and an Amazon pair of shoes and an
Especially because
Amazon wig.
curvy girls are often told we should not wear. Is this considered a baby doll dress?
Yes, it is a baby doll dress. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so often told like, no, you shouldn't wear that because your butt's too big, so you can't wear the baby doll dress. It'll lift up, higher in the back.
That's what them garments for, to keep it in place.
That's what the garments are for.
Mm-hmm. I had the shorts garments as well, because sometimes when you do this dress didn't do that, but sometimes when you do sit, the dress lift up, and I hate that. Women, when you have on certain things and you know that your butt cheeks gonna touch the seat, put on some shorts or something. Nobody want to sit behind you with your butt done touch the seat. What's what the garments for? Nasty tail. I don't like that.
When
But
I saw this,
I
I
just
thought,
love fashion. I just love fashion. I
yeah,
love
this is
fashion.
cute.
I think that the dress was very pretty. It was like a burnt oranges, brownish type color. I think that's what my husband had to wear for church. Always dress in the same colors wherever we go. I think it was flattering. It was a little bit short,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, hey,
You always wanted the bow shoes, but I heard they hurt like you're in Satan's living room, so
yeah.
they hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing about me, I'm gonna wear what I want to wear, when I want to wear it, how I want to wear it. I think with any situation with what you, especially if we're talking about the Christian community, God gonna convict you first.
There you go.
So I don't need nobody comments to tell me what I don't need to. And if there has been times now, I done been a little edgy, and my husband had to be like, "So you gonna wear that?" I already know what that means. Let me go ahead and change. Because I respect my husband. He
Yeah,
is an elder. So
absolutely.
I respect what he say. He is the head of my household. He is the leader of our house. He's not one to control or anything, but he'll just be like, you sure, it's a little short in the back, or it's a little tight, or but sometimes it's really me. I'm like, do you think this is too tight? The only time I do that is for church. Now, if I'm going anywhere else,
It's all
I'm letting
right.
the people have it. But at church, I'm really, cautious because he is an elder. I do sit on the front row, so I try to make sure I have a little lap cloth and stuff. It's just about being respectful. But when I'm going out in the public like this dress, I'm gonna make sure that y'all see this dress that I got for my husband. I don't know which day I'm gonna wear it, but the thing is bad. I don't
I
ask
love
for
this.
permission to look good. I just, God, He blessed me, and so I give Him glory in that.
I love this, Shawana. This has been such a wonderful, as delightful, as they say. This has been such a wonderful, delightful conversation. We have to have you back because now that I know you're esthetician, I always want to educate us about skin, because
Absolutely.
I don't think there's enough conversation about Black people and skin. I remember
Mhm.
recently, I'm gonna try this again, or else I'm getting ready to fire my doctor. Amen. And I told
Oh.
the doctor, I want to go to a dermatologist. Yeah, why?
Mhm.
Because I want to go. I want to know about my skin. Like, is it
Mhm.
normal? Is it? He says, "Is something wrong?" No.
Mhm.
And he's like, but because why is this a quiz?
Mhm.
I want to
Mhm.
go. So I think there's not enough conversation about skin and what to wear,
Mhm.
what not to wear.
Mhm.
We buying stuff from, no shade to the Dollar Tree, but you're buying stuff from the Dollar Tree.
Listen.
Should you not? I've seen people who are dermatologists say, well, if you're gonna buy it, buy this one. Should you wear the soap? But you see all of the social media products, the
Mhm.
skin cream, the vitamin
Yeah.
C, put dial on your face. I mean, we just don't know. So and we're
Yeah.
gonna have to have this next conversation.
Yeah,
I think that's an
absolutely.
important conversation to have.
I definitely would. And stop using dial. You can use dial for your body, but not your face. That's why your face dried up. It's an antibacterial soap. It's drying up.
Stop
Yeah,
using dial, please. Yes.
please.
So this has been such a great conversation. Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
again
You're
for
welcome.
hanging
You're
out with us
welcome.
here. Shout out to Freedom Radio.
Yes.
And shout out to everybody that was here hanging out with us. I hope you got something, right? I hope you learned something tonight. Maybe the importance of minding what pays you, or maybe the importance of being kind, or things are always not the way they appear to be, or if they bought it, then I like it.
That's it. That's it. That's yeah.
Don't wear a bonnet to the airport. Put on a girdle. Amen.
Put on a
Amen. Guys
girdle.
wear guys have shapewear too. Amen.
They do. They do.
Amen. So do
They
that.
do.
Do that for yourself.
Or
Thank you so much again.
we could just go work out together and have a healthier lifestyle.
Yes.
That's what we're all working on.
Yes.
That's all.
That's all.
So yeah.
Thank you so
I
much
had a good
again.
time. You're welcome. Thank you.
I thank you. Thank you so much. Y'all check out Shop Talk here on Freedom Radio this Wednesday. And it's going to be a great conversation. And we'll see you then. All right. Bye. Good night.
Good night.